Brats, I love playing pistol whip on my Quest 2. I love the wireless freedom. I love the way it feels. It's an awesome game. X Super Home has sent us an accessory that they say may make it even better. What do you think this could be? Let's find out. When you're playing pistol whip, if you've ever shot a real gun, it doesn't feel exactly right, obviously. You're holding this controller that's not feeling or shaped like a real gun, but when you're in VR, it doesn't really matter because you see the gun in your hand, you feel the trigger on this, you're shooting, you're having a blast. This accessory is meant to turn this into much more like a real gun. You can see from here already, they've kind of shaped this like a gun. You're not gonna see this when you're in VR, so I'm not really sure the merit on that part. This definitely does not look like someone made this themselves and sent it to you. This looks like a company actually made this. It has two pieces that it hooks together with, goes over your controller. I looked all over the site and I cannot figure out for the life of me what this is right here though. I don't know why there's this spring in this tab. I don't know, but let's figure out how to put these things together. You've got to figure out which controller you've got here. It's pretty easy. If you just pick it up, you can tell where the grip button is, which one. So this is going to be the right controller. There's a button right here that when you push, it's going to move this little tab out of the way inside. So what you do is you're going to push that in. Best way seems to be put the back in and make sure it's all the way back and then just tilt it forward. Then this is going to fit into here. The plastic is still a little flexible, so there's this notch right here where this is gonna fit, pull that up over that, and then that's gonna hold this tight. It's definitely adding a lot of substance to it. I don't know that I would say it feels exactly like a gun. It definitely does not. It's adding front weight, which actually does matter when it feels like you're using a gun aiming it. Problem always is it feels like there's no weight. This is nothing near the weight of a real gun. The fact that it now feels like there's a barrel and there's actually some weight there feels nice. I really like the way that feels there. The one thing, if I had to say I don't love about it, there's not rubber inside of here. It's plastic on plastic. So when you squeeze it, you kind of feel the plastic moving around. So that doesn't feel quite as nice. Let's put this other one together real quick. Push that button all the way in, have this all the way back. Drop the controller in, boom. Definitely feels cooler than the controllers do. That's for a thumbnail right there. They look cooler this way. Does that matter when you're in VR and you can't see them? No. I'm gonna go play some pistol whip for a little bit, try this out, and then come back at you with some final thoughts of how this feels and if I think this is actually gonna add to your immersion. I was really hoping when I saw this that they designed some weird way to like make some sort of recoil. Like this came back and like, I don't know what this is. I cannot figure out for the life of me what this piece is here for. This Picatinny rail though makes me wanna like put a laser sight or something on there. Okay, I'm gonna go play pistol whip and get back with you. $23 on Amazon for these things. Let's talk about some of the things that I wish about them. I wish that the inside of this had rubber because it is pretty distracting when you're playing and you squeeze it, but you hear that grittiness. You're feeling that in your hands the whole time you're playing. If that had rubber inside, because you're gripping this thing, you're squeezing it. If that had that inside, that wouldn't squeeze around. That would be nice. I also wish the top part here that like hooks onto it, I wish that was a little sturdier. I wish that it had like a lock-on clip, something. Because one time while I was playing, I did have this part come undone in the middle of playing. I wish that everyone could get to try these once with pistol whip though. It doesn't add the weight of a gun, but it adds the balance. Feeling that front end flinging around, like when you're flinging it around in pistol whip and you go to pistol whip a guy, this controller feels like nothing. Having this on there added so much. I felt like I actually was hitting something with this. Well, I ended up actually hitting something too. It adds a lot of length, so keep that in mind in your space. I did end up hitting something once and knocking the controller all apart. The way you feel when you're aiming with it, when you're shooting, it feels so immersive. Is it worth $23? Is it worth the trouble it's gonna take to take a grip off if you have a grip off? Put this thing in here every time? No. If you have 23 bucks to blow and you absolutely love pistol whip, I would get this still. I will keep these, and anytime I have someone play pistol whip, I will put these on in the future. It really changed the experience. It made it really fun. I had a really good time. I will leave a link in the description in case you're one of these people who just wants to blow 23 bucks on something you'll barely ever use. Even for one-time use, I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would this be worth ever trying? Do you think it actually looks cool? I feel like it looks funny, feeling that weight, especially if you set the guns in pistol whip to like one of the big, long guns. That right there. That is really cool. I can't even say how much that adds to it. It just felt so much better when you went to hit somebody. Even when you're aiming and shooting, feeling that weight move around, it does feel way better. So I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried anything like this, or if you have designed something and you want to get some opinions. I would love to try some more of these because I know there's other kinds. X Super, when you watch this, what is this? Tell me what the heck this is right here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in another reality.
I want to say the biggest thank you to those of you who have become channel members and any of you who have ever been patrons of ours. Gallium VR, Chris Deputy, Legacy VR, Bagel, and a Fissy King Sloth are current channel members. Our patrons, K27, Rocket Sauce 28, K Panda K, Fred Nepatebo, Ege Karatosh, Maddie's, Gallium VR, Orange VR, and Mr. Dodojo. Thank you so much everyone for supporting the channel.